Hey YouTube, I'm back with another video. Hold on, because the TV playing a bit.
You can just put it on mute and I can just look.
Girl, I don't have to mute it. You can watch TV. So, today I am doing a mukbang / story time. Story time being my pregnancy experience. I was gonna go on Instagram and ask questions about like what y'all wanted to know about my pregnancy experience, but I just decided to just tell the whole rundown for real. So sit back, relax, enjoy, eat with me because I'm finna bash. I got some good old Subway. I'm gonna say our grace real quick. Amen. Hallelujah. I got me. I don't care what nobody say, this the best thing to get at Subway. I don't care. I got me a cold cut combo. Yes, I said a cold cut combo. I don't care if you don't like it, because guess what? You're not eating it.
Period.
But on there, this really gonna make y'all cringe because I know how people feel about the things that's on our sandwich. Black olives. So I got some black olives, some cucumbers, some lettuce. I got American cheese. And you gotta get Italian urban cheese bread. That's the only bread you can get. Don't get no other bread. Period. And I got vinaigrette, the Parmesan.
Oh my god.
Like I was saying, I got the MVP Parmesan vinaigrette. That stuff so good. I put it on every sandwich every time. If they don't have it, I don't want the sandwich. Period. And so when I was talking to the person that was making my sandwich, I said I want vinaigrette. He put vinegar on my sheet. And before I can even say like, hold on, like I was like, and me being me, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, can you remake that whole sandwich? But, like, that's what I kind of want to say, because why would you put vinegar on my shit? Like, who's eating vinegar plain, like, on a fucking, anyways. So, yeah, we finna see if my vinaigrette covers up the vinegar, but, yeah, so. Anyways, enough about my sandwich. Let's get into the stizzory.
You already got it put on there still.
Okay. I don't taste it. I don't taste the vinegar.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This actually tastes good. I should have got some. Oh, I know if it was free.
So. Oh. Yeah, I got here too. So, where do I even start? So, I found out I got pregnant in college. I was pregnant, or I conceived in August. Which is crazy because if you know, you know, but in college you have a camp if you do a dance, and if you do a dance team, and I had camp in August, so I went through camp. I went through a few good amount of football games, and a choreo weekend. And if you know, you know, choreo weekends are no joke. I found out I was pregnant the first day of choreo weekend. Now, why I didn't just come out on choreo weekend and say, I'm pregnant, don't put me in this dance. I was finally doing good in school because my freshman year I was not doing too well. Oh, by the way, this was sophomore year I got pregnant, not freshman year. And for freshman year, I wasn't doing really good in school, so I couldn't even dance. And so I'm doing good this time around, and I'm actually being able to get in the dance. I'm like, dang, like, and plus I was still on the fence about what I wanted to do, like, get rid of it or keep it. But I'm glad I did what I did, and I love my son dearly. So I'm still back and forth about like, oh, do I want to keep it? Do I want to leave it? Like, you know. So I went to choreo weekend. Period. That was in October. I finally came out and told everybody late October. I left school, moved back home. What's crazy is, before I found out I was pregnant, I had broke up with my boyfriend at the time. Because I just didn't feel good about our situation. We broke up. And so, he was the baby's father. And so I found out, so I'm a respectful woman. I'm a respectable woman. And I told him, like, why not? Not saying that y'all not respectable if y'all haven't told y'all baby daddy about, like, y'all child, because everybody had their reasons. I'm just saying, me, personally, I just felt like it was right to go ahead and tell him and not hide it from him. So I told him, and I was like, I'm pregnant. Like, I don't know what you think about that. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what it is. And he was there. He was down. He was like, I don't want you to get rid of it. That's not good. He kind of convinced me, not to get rid of it. And it was kind of like, okay. He had his dad call me, and they was telling me, like, you should have him. We gonna be there for you. You shouldn't leave school. Blah, 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 blah. Nonsense.
I knew you did.
What?
Oh, never mind.
But, yeah. So I'm like, okay, maybe this could work. I kept the baby, left school. I already said that part. So, kind of at the beginning a little bit, like, kind of after my birthday, which was in November. So, like, November-ish, December, me and the baby's father stopped talking. Because he was claiming that it was not his child. Because in the time period of us not talking when I had broke up with him, I guess him and his people assumed that I was cheating on him or messing with other people, and then I just came back to him saying I was pregnant. Again, and this is why I said the respectable part the last time, because I'm a respectable woman. If I feel like you are a possible father and I know I've been messing with other people, I'm going to call you and say, you are possibly the father of this child that I have conceived. I said when we called, or when I called, I said, we are having a child. We did what we did. I ain't say you are possibly the father, but I also was messing with other people. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You know why I didn't say that? Because it wasn't true. I knew it was his baby. But anyways, so I went ahead and I was like, okay, well, if you don't want to be around, you don't want to be around. He wanted to come to doctor's appointments, and at some point he kind of was acting funny. Keep in mind, at the time, I was the one with the car, and he didn't. So I would be getting him from doctor's appointments. I would be getting him from home to doctor's appointments, tired, hungry, carrying a child. And I was kind of just getting fed up because he was steady claiming and saying in my face that it wasn't his child. So at some point I told him to stop coming to doctor appointments. I told him to just don't come. If you don't think that's your child, why are you even here? And what it is like people feel guilty because like when they are wrong, or when they find out that they are wrong, they know they look back on the stuff they could have did. So I think that's why he kind of wanted to come to doctor appointments, because it was like, oh, if I don't come though, and it is my child, I wasn't at no doctor's appointments to make sure he was okay. Type vibe. So I think that's what it was. But me, I was mad. I didn't care. If you don't think that's your baby, then don't come. I'm not forcing you. I know who I lay down with. You don't gotta believe me. I don't care. So, went through the whole pregnancy. Down to the juicy stuff. The day I went to the hospital, it was the same day as my last doctor's appointment. Or it was like the second to last doctor's appointment or something like that. And I went to the doctor's appointment. Came out early morning. They was like, your blood pressure is really high. So go to the ER after you leave here. So we went through the doctor's appointment and we went to the ER. It was like the women's health thing. If you was pregnant before, you know what I'm talking about. But went there. They monitored me. So they had like an IV in me or whatever. And this little finger clamp thing. Or not an IV. They took my blood. Or did they have an IV? I don't know. One or the other. Took my blood, had an IV, whatever. Probably both. But I actually think it was an IV because they was monitoring me for an hour, so you can't monitor me off one sample of blood. So maybe it was an IV.
Have to check on the baby too?
Yeah.
So they probably did.
No, but they had a little thing around my belly. Just to hurt them. Yeah. So they monitored me for about an hour. Maybe it was more than that. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like more than that if it wasn't. They monitored me. They checked my blood. That's when they took my blood. And then they was like, "Oh, you're clear." Then we leave in the hospital. Keep in mind, I couldn't eat or nothing because they wanted to like make sure the food wasn't giving me like more salt or less salt, so they know my blood pressure wasn't going up because of the food. So I couldn't eat. We finally leaving. Took literally all day. Felt like. And as I'm leaving, they called me to say like, come back, we need to give you something. So I came back and they gave me this little, not bucket, but it was a bucket kind of. And they wanted me to take pee samples. Like they wanted me to pee at home in this little thing. and put it in a bag, basically. And I was just like, what the heck? So, finally got home. And, of course, your girl was hungry because, again, I didn't eat all day. Went to the doctor's appointment, went to the ER, didn't eat. Just now getting home. So, my mama, she goes to this thing called Connect Group. And this was the day she go to that. And she was gone. Me and my best friend was hungry. So guess what we did? We walked to the store. My big pregnant self walking to the store. So we walked to the store, went in. I seen some jalapeno cheddar sausages, and I wanted it so bad. And what a pregnant woman wants, a pregnant woman gets. Okay? So I bought me some jalapeno cheddar sausages. And I think we bought like something else though with it or something. I don't know. But we were trying to figure out what we were going to eat. So we were just grabbing stuff. And we got back here. Walked the back, by the way. And what's funny about this, a little side note, me and my best friend was literally joking about like, imagine you doing all this walking and you go into labor. Crazy story because I did. But it wasn't because of walking though. So we got back here. And I eat that sausage. Keep in mind, I just left the hospital. 2 different things. My appointment in the ER. Because of my blood pressure. And I'm eating these chips and jalapeno cheddar sausages. Imagine what my blood pressure did. So, I ate. Was chilling, talking, whatever. I started feeling dizzy. And I was just like, something ain't right. And my best friend, she like, let's check your blood pressure. Because again, that's the whole point of me just now getting home. So, we checked that mug.
This shit was hella fucking good. I'm happy we got this still mixed up.
And that stuff was, matter of fact, I got the picture of it still. That's the crazy part. Ooh, here you go, right here. So the first one was 156 over 116. If you know about blood pressure, you know that's too freaking high. It's supposed to be like 90 at the bottom. I was at 116 at the bottom. So I'm like, that's why. So we called my mama. She come back. We called the emergency line because it was late now. It was like 9 or 10, I think. But she get back home. We told, because she was like, oh no. So we called the emergency thing. My doctor, because we got in contact with my doctor. And she was like, take it again and let's see. So we took it again. And it was 160 over 113. My doctor said, we gonna have this baby. So we started packing up. Your girl was already prepared. She had the baby bag and my bag packed for the hospital because I was just so excited. And so I'm like, oh snap, here we go. I was more excited than nervous, but also I didn't know what to expect. So like, how can I be that nervous when I don't even know, you know? I just know the stories I hear and the things I see. You can't believe everybody different, so I'm just like, I don't know what to expect, but let's do this. So I grabbed the bags. We packing up. We getting in the car. And we got there. And like, what was it, like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning? I think something like that, but I know it was stupid, like the next day type of. May 13th. Pause. May 11th. May 11th. I'm in the hospital late at night. We didn't call too many people yet because, again, it's late at night and everybody's probably asleep. Only person that knew was me, my mom, Janaya, my best friend. I've never said that name in this, but now you know her name. And I don't even think I had called the baby's father yet. I think I called him in the morning. So yeah, only us three knew. And so, well, no, I think my auntie also knew because mama called my auntie. But again, not a lot of people knew. So I'm sitting there. She was like, you can get undressed, get in your gown. We gonna hook you up to everything. I'm like, okay. And keep in mind, like, when I thought about me having my child, I'm thinking, like, I'm gonna go through the whole movie scene, like, oh, my water broke. Oh my God, rush to the hospital.
And who I am taking home. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Sit down.
Like, no, none of that. Like, literally none of that. None of that. I walked my little happy butt into the room, undressed myself. I was chilling. And so, she kind of just, my nurse, I love my nurse. I wish I remember her name. Because if I have another kid, if Lord say I'm having another kid, she better be my nurse again. But, she was just like, hooking me up to everything, strapping the thing around my belly. Because, again, you gotta monitor the baby, monitor me. And then they was telling me, like, it was another nurse that came in. And she was like, so, we're gonna put a balloon in. If you don't know what a balloon is, it's like a thing they stick up there. And it, like, helps your uterus expand. So that, you know, or your cervix, rather. It helps your cervix expand. So, you know, you just start contracting and everything. So she put that in her. But she, like, tested it out first. She was like, if it's painful, then we're going to give you the epidural. But if not, then we don't have to give it to you if you don't want it. So I'm like, okay. She tried to put that thing up there. I said, And I don't know, because everybody say, especially my mama, but everybody be like, if you did the things to have a baby, then them putting that type of stuff up there shouldn't affect you, but it does. It does not feel good. I didn't like it. I feel like because I was pregnant, I just didn't want nothing down there. It was very sensitive. So yeah, I was like, that's not gonna work for me. She was like, we're gonna give you the epidural. I was like, thank you. So the man came in that do the epidural, and apparently it was a lot of people getting it done, which I'm pretty sure people have babies every day, honestly, at this point. So he was like all over the place, and I guess he was like one of like two, maybe, or maybe he was the only one that was doing like the epidurals or whatever. So, you know, it took him a minute. But my nurse was like, do you feel contractions right now? I was like, no. She was like, you're contracting. I said, oh, well, I don't feel a thing. And then when she said that, I was like, maybe I don't need an epidural. But nah, baby, I needed it. I did. And so the man came in. I had to get in the most uncomfortable position. And for some reason, when I got to the hospital, I was just shaking. Like, my hands shaking, my body shaking. I was cold, but not that freaking cold. Yeah, I think it was like my nerves or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was something. But I literally just could not stop it. Like, I just was like... Y'all, I'm telling, like, she'll be holding my hand. I'm like, I could not stop shaking. I don't know what it was. but and nobody else could tell me either. So, keep in mind, I had this big old belly.
Not you acting.
No, give me the mango. Okay.
That's a perfect example.
I had this big old belly, right? He like stick your lower back out. I'm like, I'm over here trying to, and then I'm shaking. So I'm like, trying to stick my lower back out. And he was just like, you're doing so great. They're so like positive or whatever. They try to make pregnant people feel like good so they're not freaking out. He was like, you're doing so great, blah, blah, blah. He was like, stick it out a little more. And I was just like, I'm like struggling, and I'm shaking. Trying to stay still because I don't want him to stick the wrong spot. I feel this cold liquid going down my spine. I was like, what? Like, and then I had to keep sticking it out. I was like, keep in mind, I'm already shaking. It's cold in the room. And he put this cold liquid in my spine. So I'm just like, like, I don't know. It was a lot going on, though. And I was just like, and then, like, I don't know if it was me. They didn't say it was me. They was just like, it's not you. It's this, whatever. But they could not get the right spot. So they kept sticking. They kept trying to figure, which I didn't feel the needle at this point because they had to numb me first before they start sticking and everything. So I was numb. I couldn't feel my spine or whatever. I couldn't feel nothing in my back. So they sticking, trying to figure out where to go. And so I just started crying on something. And again, my nurse, she was very helpful. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know it's almost over. And I'm just like, please hurry up. Like, I just want to lay down, get under the cover. It's cold. I'm shaking. My stomach big. I'm sticking my back out. Like, it's too much. It's too much. And y'all can't even get it in there. So he finally got it. And I was just like, hallelujah. And I got to lay down. Keep in mind, I got there at like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. So imagine how long this was. I was literally ready to go to sleep. So I'm laying down. And me in my head, I'm like, I can't eat nothing, blah, blah, blah. But I heard that you could eat up until you get the Pitocin, which I'm going to get into later. And I didn't know that. So I was over there starting for no reason. But I'm laying down, hungry, cold, tired. And so when he explained the epidural to me, I had this little button. And you get like 3 doses every hour or something like that. So when you press it, it's 1 dose. Press it again, it's 2 doses. Press it again, it's 3 doses. If you do that within an hour, you can't put no more in there until another hour has gone. So at first I'm like, okay, cool. I'm living, I'm chilling. I'm pretty sure I went to sleep, duh. Then I woke up over and over again. I had to keep waking up because again, they monitoring my blood pressure. They monitoring the baby. I couldn't really get comfortable. It's something in my back. I got this button. I'm hungry. And I kept getting woke up I never really got into a good sleep because they kept coming in to check on me. The balloon was in there still. Because I had to get the epidural before I got the balloon. So after the epidural, I was trying to go to sleep, but she had to come in and give me the balloon. Then after the balloon, they had to give me a catheter. If you don't know what a catheter is, that's basically how I pee. Because I can't get up, because once I get the epidural, I can't feel my legs, like literally numb. Like can't feel nothing. Nothing at all. And like I couldn't feel nothing so bad, so like she literally had to move my legs for me every time I wanted to change positions. Couldn't feel nothing, so I couldn't go to the bathroom, so I had to get a catheter. Simple. So it was a lot going on, and I was just like, what is going on? And really it's all a blur. Cause like, wow, like I just went through all this already. So the next day roll around. Everybody came to visit. Like, I did tell the baby's father by then. My best friend came up because she had work or whatever. That's why she didn't come the night before. She came after that. My granny was there. My friends came and visited from college. My friends from college. Dad was up there like once, but he didn't want to see all that. Auntie was up there. It was a lot. But I know they was telling me like only a certain amount of people in the room, but I just remember seeing a lot of people. Somehow, some way. And my baby father's mom was in there at one point. I don't even know when she got there. I just know she got there. So that happened. I remember at one point they was telling me like, oh, we're gonna take the balloon down, blah blah. I need to change this. What else? What happened after that? I remember they start giving me that Pitocin. Here we go. When they start increasing the Pitocin, the epidural was no longer working. Like I started feeling it. I was crying. I was in pain. Everybody kind of looking at me, kind of scared, like, what's going on? My granny and my mama holding my hands. My baby father talking about something, you want to hold my hand. Don't ask me. Just do. Okay? Don't ask me nothing. Nobody. I don't care who you is. Don't ask me. Because at this point, I'm just in pain. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. And when I got that way is when my nurse had told me I was like 7 centimeters dilated. Keep in mind, if you don't know nothing about pregnancy, you have to be 10 centimeters to have your child. And 7 means you're 3 away. I'm like, oh, period. He's almost here. Then she came back in another time. Come on, I'm sorry, you're actually 5 centimeters. I'm like, excuse me? So I'm over here. When she told me that, I tried so hard because it's not, I didn't want her to feel bad, but like, it's not about the news. It's just the fact that now I gotta be here even longer. And I was just crying. Like, I just remember crying, being in pain, rolling, tossing, turning. She was giving me, my nurse, was giving me like different positions to try. She gave me a peanut ball. At one point, the nurses had me tooted up. Keep in mind, I had a gown on, so my booty was out. And everybody was in the room, and at that point, I didn't care. I was like, what you want me to do? So I'm like, I forgot what the thing was called. Oh, shake the bums, or I don't know, it was something like that. But they like basically took a towel and did this, like pulling each side, like across my butt. So I was just like, and here my big stomach, I'm on my forearms looking like a dog, and they shaking the towel on my booty jiggling. I felt like I had cake. But are you laughing at me? It was a little uncomfortable at first when I thought about it, like looking back, cause like it was a lot of people in the room. But at the time, I didn't care. I was just in pain. It was ready for it to be over. I'd do whatever it takes. So then I don't know what happened. Actually, here's a funny moment. At some point, I don't know when, but at some point I was like, Janaya ate all the noodles. Janaya ate all the noodles. Mom said, what? I said, Janaya ate all the noodles. My mama like, what? Where did that come from? I said, I don't even know where that came from. And I don't even know where that came from. I really don't. Like, what was I talking about? I don't know. Maybe I was hungry. Maybe I was thinking about noodles. Maybe I was in pain. Maybe D, all of the above. Because I don't even know where they came from. Why did they come out of my mouth? I wasn't even thinking about, I don't know. I really don't. But I apparently was upset because Janai ate all the noodles. Okay? So, I don't know if I fell asleep, dozed off, something happened. Keep in mind, I went into the hospital May 11th. It's May 13th. Was in labor for 2 days, basically. And at 10:10, my son came out of my body. 10:10 a.m. May 13th. I just remember waking up, I guess, if I was asleep or maybe I was dozed off. I don't know. I just remember waking up and she was like, let's check your cervix. And I'm like, okay, here you go. Like, I'm ready for this baby to get on up out here. She said, oh yeah, it's time to push. I'm like, push? Wait a minute, that woke me up. That right there woke me up. Cause what? You said time to what? And keep in mind, they had to up my epidural dose or whatever and all that because I was in pain and I stopped. So I finally got to sleep a little bit and then she's talking about it's time to push. So I'm like, okay. So my nurse like, let's do some practice ones. I'm like, practice? Baby, let's get it on out. So me and my brain, I'm like, okay, well, I need to just go ahead and get this baby out. I don't want no complications, and I be looking at too many videos and too many movies, and so I was like, let me push this baby out, because I don't got time. He needs to come on up out of it. So my mama, she got one leg. My baby daddy got the other leg. And he pushing, but my mama pushing way harder than my baby daddy. I'm like, you need to push a little more. Like, bring the legs. Come on now. Hurry up. Like, I don't know. He wasn't applying no pressure. I'm like, please. So she'll be like, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, I don't know if it was 10 seconds or whatever, but however long I had to push for that long. And I said, I'm going to push even longer if I need to. But also, I didn't want to rip, which I still did. And I think it was because I was just trying to go ahead and get that baby up out of there. Maybe if I took my time, I wouldn't have ripped, but the world may never know. So,
I want you to save me your other half.
that wasn't enough. You're my business.
Because I'm going to eat the other half tomorrow.
Did you save yours for tomorrow? Because you said
I
me
did.
too.
I did. Because I really want it tomorrow.
Anyways, I am kind of full though.
And I ain't got enough shit.
But before I drink some.
Yes, we outside tomorrow.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm getting full. Whew. Anyway, so I push him out. I just remember getting birth control put in right after I push him out. Push the placenta out. And right here while I'm talking, I might insert a picture or two of like him I don't really have a good video of when I was pushing. Plus, probably don't want to see that anyway. Yeah. So, postpartum. Oh, I also got stitched up because, again, I split. I already said that part. So, postpartum happened. And a particular somebody chose to want to stay with me. Was I confused? Yes. Did I care at the time? No, because somebody's staying with me. I don't want to be in this hospital by myself for these however many days I was there. Something I kept getting, ice. Hospital ice, if you know, you know. So freaking good. Like, I can just eat hospital ice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when I was in the hospital. Like, it was so good. So good. And I was just there. They monitored. I didn't really get a lot of sleep then either because they was monitoring me. And I was still on this medicine, so I still couldn't, like, use it on my own for real. Then they finally took me off of this medicine. And I could use it on my own. But it took a little minute because my legs was weak. And again, I was on epidural, so my legs, I couldn't even feel them for heckers. And so I just had to have a lot of support during that. And my family was visiting me. Keep in mind, I had him May 13th, 2023. So that was the day before Mother's Day. And then Mother's Day came around. Everybody was, happy Mother's Day. I feel all special. But, yeah, I was confused, but at the same time I was happy. I finally had my son. I remember I cried at one point because I think it all just settled in. And it's not really much about the postpartum experience. I did have a lot of people coming to visit me though. Like, I could not get no sleep because it was either I need to check your vitals, blood pressure, my temperature, all that stuff. I had to check that. Or it was my lactation nurse telling me when I should be pumping, when I should be trying to breastfeed, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay. And then it's another person coming in, like, what's that called? A social worker, asking me, am I feeling supported and all this stuff. And then it was another, like, it was just always somebody coming in, asking me questions, telling me stuff. It was just one nurse. He kept coming in about, like, the baby. I was steady getting a bunch of papers. I was steady having to sign stuff. I was steady getting information. And my brain was just like, and I'm just like, okay. So, I'm like, I guess, okay, that makes sense a little bit. Not really, but go off. Like, I don't know. It was just a lot of information. I finally got to leave. Signed the birth certificate. Got my clothes on. Finally got to leave. And it was a great day. I don't know. Overall, my birth experience was a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, actually. That's a C. I just don't rate it that high because my pregnancy experience wasn't great. But when I seen his little face, it was just amazing. So, like, I don't know. It was worth it, but it just kind of sucks at the same time. And really, I don't wish that birth experience, not birth experience, I don't wish that pregnancy, the way that I went through pregnancy, on anybody. But luckily, by the grace of God, I had my mom and my friends and everything like that to support me through, like, all of that stuff. So, I don't know. It was good, but I also went through a lot. I'ma say that. We're not gonna get into all the details about the pregnancy experience, only because I don't want to be known for bashing somebody on my page, because I'm not trying to do that, and I don't want to hear about it later. So yeah, it just is what it is, and it happened, and we made it through, and here we are. So yeah, here I am today. Caden, my son, is not here with me today, but he's thriving. He is 1 now. I should have vlogged his first birthday, but it was so much going on that day. I just didn't even have the brain capacity to do that and do everything I was doing. So I was just like, no, I'm not doing it. Sorry. Maybe next birthday or something. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say. It was 7.5 out of 10. Kinda recommend. But if you can, don't have no kids, okay? Period. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Y'all can comment about other video ideas or what y'all want me to do, or if you have any questions about this video or anything that I said, you can also comment there, because I'm willing to answer. Or maybe I'll do, depending on the kind of questions and how many questions I get, I could probably do another video, maybe, possibly. I'm not gonna promise y'all, but all the questions about this. But yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. Thanks for watching. I heart y'all. Bye. Don't forget to tell your friends about me.